class.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule for our deep relaxation offering today. My name is Brian, and I'll be your guide and facilitator on this journey into deeper relaxation. Just would always like to take a moment to make a shout out to the staff at the Eldersburg Library branch who so faithfully run this tech and help keep these free online offerings coming. So thank you so much to all those that work so hard to keep this going. Without a lot more to say, I'm really excited to be here. If you're watching and participating locally, we just had a really close call with a pretty intense storm yesterday. So we're glad and we're grateful to have our power back on and to be safe. And I know some of us might still be picking up sticks for days and weeks to come, but that's okay. It keeps us active and outdoors. So we're going to start today's class. You can start seated or on your back. We're going to start with a breath awareness practice, where if it's easier for you to sit up and breathe mindfully, great. But if you want to get in position for our movement sequence, we'll be starting that portion on our back. So your choice, whatever you would like to do. We're going to all start in the same place, though, by just taking a nice, slow breath out. So whenever you're ready, seated or lying down, just exhale completely. And then when you're ready, breathe in through your nose if possible. Just pause at the top of your inhalation. And just exhale, let it go. Again, take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, relax. Inhale. Pause and hold. Exhale, relax. And just keep your breath going just like that. If you'd like to count out your breath, do a little breath measuring, you can. You could try and inhale for a count of 3 or 4. And then with your exhalation, try to double that. Maybe exhaling for 6. Or maybe as long of an exhalation as a count of 8. If you're resting on your back, you can stretch your arms out by your side and stretch your legs long. And just become generally aware of all points of contact with the floor. You can let your breath return to a natural, rhythmic inhalation and exhalation. And now just using your imagination or your mind's eye, as you breathe in, just start to scan from your toes up into the tops of your feet. You can scan up into your knees, all the way up through the tops of the legs, to your hips. When you exhale, just exhale and pause and just continue your scan. And continue to just mindfully and slowly scan all the way up the body, through the torso, ribs, side bodies. Scanning and relaxing up through the shoulders. Scanning back down each arm, each wrist, each hand, each finger. If you didn't mindfully scan up the back of the body, just trace up from the tailbone up the spine until you come up into the neck. Let your eyes relax. If your teeth are clenched, gently unclench them. Let your tongue relax away from the roof of the mouth. You can just very gently smile here. Feel a little peace right here. Feel a little opportunity to rest and recharge. We'll just enjoy being here, resting on our backs for just a few more moments. If you are in a comfortable seated position, you can transition to rest on your back now. And if you're already there, just hang tight. Just enjoy this opportunity to relax. You can just slowly start to pedal the feet, pointing the toes and then flexing the feet. You can just gently start to open and close the hands. And then when you're ready with your next breath in, take an extra long breath in, interlace your hands and press your palms overhead. Lengthen through the legs. Take a nice good morning stretch. And as you exhale, just hug your right knee in towards your chest. If you find that your left leg has a hard time being straight out on the floor here, you could always grab a prop such as a yoga block or a pillow and place it underneath of that leg for a little structural support and release in the low back. So we're going to take this right knee out to the side, over towards right shoulder. Give it a real big squeeze. Gently tuck the chin in towards the chest. Maybe the nose taps. And then relax the upper body down and go ahead and circle that right knee slowly back out to the right. And then back in center right over the hip flexor there. And then just make a few more of those half circles, gently warming up the hip. You can imagine that this movement of the leg was like a spatula cleaning out brownie batter from a bowl. I have to remember that hip joint is a ball and socket joint, but sometimes I call it a brownie batter joint. I'm feeling hungry. So we're going to explore that range of motion now by bringing that right knee just gently over and across the body. You can keep the right foot flexed. We're not coming into a full lying down twist, just gently pulling that right knee over, not forcing anything, and always making accommodations as you need to for your own body in your practice. You probably feel that stretch maybe through the IT band and down into that right glute. And then just gently pull that right knee up a little closer towards the chest in the direction of that left shoulder. And then just gently set that right knee right around the left hip. And just do that twice more, gently guide it up with the help of the hand. And gently lower it down. And then when you're ready, bring that right leg back out to the side. Just keeping the knee bent for now. Just slowly open that knee out to the side. If you have an additional pillow or yoga block, you could bring that knee as far down as a block so it has something to release into. Return to that inhalation with a pause. And exhale and relax. One more time when you're ready. Breathing in. Hold. Breathing out. Relax. Good. Now go ahead and hug that right knee back into the chest. Take hold underneath, behind the leg, on the back of the leg, the hamstring. We're going to flex the foot. We're going to take a deep breath in here, and then we're going to exhale, straighten and point through the toes. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten and point. Inhale, bend. This is really great for the knee joints, and it's a nice little warm up for the hamstrings. That little extra flexion through the foot gives us the added benefit of some ankle mobility as well. Such a simple range of motion exercise or stretch with so many benefits. And the next time that you have that right leg lifted, gently pull the toes back. Start to walk the hands up to the calf if you can. Maybe you can reach your foot. If you have a yoga strap, you can use that. Now engage through your right glute and anchor that right glute down. Press the right glute towards left foot and feel how that activates that stretch all through the hamstring. I'm going to breathe in and hold. And exhale and hold. Breathe in and hold. Sigh it out, exhale and release. Bring a little bend back into that leg. Now, last thing we're going to do on this side for now, I'm going to reach my left hand up. We're going to do a version of our bird dogs, but off of our back. So I'm going to extend my left hand overhead, reach that right leg out in front, maybe to hover a few inches above the floor, and then I'm going to bring them back to center. So right knee will stack right over top of the hip, and this left hand will extend straight up from the front of the shoulder. And we'll do that 4 more times slowly. Inhale and hold. Exhale and hold. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more time at your own breath pace here. Great job. Go ahead and slowly set that right foot down. You can extend the right leg and go ahead and gently start to hug that left knee up towards left shoulder. Give it a gentle squeeze and then follow that same route around to the outside, back down over the hip. One more time. This time up a little bit closer towards that left shoulder. Give it a big squeeze. Tuck the chin if you wish. Curling up. Relaxing the head and neck down. And then just starting to explore that range of motion. Massaging that leg into the ball and socket joint of the hip. Great job. Just do that a couple more times. Now we're going to slowly start to bring that left knee across the body gently, keeping both shoulders on the ground, keeping both hips on the ground. Just bring that left knee over right hip and then slowly bring it up in the direction of right shoulder. They're not going to touch, not likely. Just going to explore bringing that left knee down towards right hip. And then again, back up. We'll do that twice more. Do it at your own pace with your breath. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Slowly open that left knee out to the left side. If you used a block or a prop to bring the floor up to the knee on the right, you might have to repeat that on the other side so that the leg has something to relax into, and then the muscle can release a little better. Hold here for a couple of breaths. When you're ready, slowly hug that left knee back to center. Take hold of the back of the leg. Take a nice deep breath in here. And as you exhale, straighten the leg and point the toe. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Keep that going. Do about 3 or 4 more at your own pace. Slowly walk the hands up the back of the leg, maybe grabbing hold of the calf, or if you can reach the foot, great. Engage that left glute, anchor that left glute down, push the left glute towards right foot. Hold here, steady your breath. Slowly bend at the leg. Keep this left knee stacked right over top of the left hip. Reach the right hand up. We're going to do our lying down bird dogs here. We're going to extend that left leg, reach right hand up and overhead, and then exhale, draw everything back to center. We'll do that again. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, slow. One more time. Great job. Go ahead and hug both knees in towards the chest. Take a gentle rock side to side. We're going to do a little bit of core toning and oblique awareness here. So we're going to keep our knees stacked, bring our arms out to the side. We will make our way into a lying down twist, but not yet. We're going to drop both knees over to the right, just about halfway. Pause. Back through center. Pause. Over to the left, about halfway. Pause. Keep those shoulders on the floor as you do this. And go ahead and touch each side 2 more times. Next time you bring the knees over to the right, gently drop them down. You could look over to the left. If you need to, you could bring a block in between or underneath the knees. Slowly bring your head and neck back to center. Re-square the hips, draw the legs back to center. And then when you're ready, go ahead and slowly drop your knees over to the left. Eye gaze can turn over that right shoulder. Take your time to bring your head and neck back to center. Slowly draw your legs back to the middle. If you're using a prop, you can set that to the side. And just go ahead and set your feet back down on the mat. While we're here, we're going to move into a couple of bridges. All right, first bridge, we're going to walk our feet in so we can almost touch our heels with our fingertips. And then we're going to go ahead. Oh, hi there, buddy. Thank you. This isn't about you right now. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and draw our shoulder blades together. And then we're just going to very slowly press our hips up. There should be no pressure in the head or neck. Extend through the hips, squeeze the glutes. And take your time, slowly lower those hips back down. You can relax the shoulders a moment. So for this next variation of bridge, we'll introduce a hand bind, where you can clasp your hands underneath the back if you wish. So again, go ahead and tuck those shoulders. Bring the arms close by your side as you exhale and press the hips up. If it's within your range of motion, you can grab your hands, squeeze your palms together, keep pressing up. If you want to challenge yourself further, you could come into a single leg bridge, extending one leg, keeping the knees in a line, and then doing the same on the other side. Meeting back in our traditional bridge, both feet down. Release that clasp of the hands if you went in that direction, and slowly lower back down. Great job. We're going to go ahead and roll over onto our hands and knees now. When you arrive in that tabletop position, hands about shoulder width, knees about hip distance. Inhale, tilt the tailbone away, melt the belly down. Continue to breathe in as you pull the shoulder blades together and lift through the head, neck, and chest. Exhale, pull the elbows in towards one another. Scoop the hips under and tuck the chin. Put again some spinal flexion there. And then inhale, reverse, and repeat. Feel free to make this your own with any lateral movements or side-to-side movements. Any kind of movement in the hips and shoulders you want to add to explore any spots that might need some extra attention. And then go ahead and come back to center. We'll move into a little shoulder stretch with our thread the needle next. We're going to bring our right hand into the middle of our mat. We've almost made like an equilateral triangle between our knees and this right hand. We're going to inhale and reach our left hand up. Eye gaze follows left hand, thumb. And then exhale, we're going to reach that left hand all the way down until our shoulder touches the floor. You might widen your knees a couple of inches here. You can extend this right arm, reaching this right hand forward. You might also like to put the right hand on the lower back. Wherever the right hand wants to rest comfortably works great. Bring that right hand back to center, press the floor down, inhaling, reach that left hand back up, and slowly bring the left hand down. We'll switch and move to the other side. Left hand planted in the center of the chest. Inhale, reach the right hand up, twist. Exhale, bring that right arm in between left hand and legs, dropping the shoulder to the mat. You can extend this left hand overhead or bring the hand on the back, or just rest it wherever it's comfortable. When you're ready, inhale, reach the right hand back up, twisting. And exhale, bring the left hand down. We'll move into a downward facing dog next, reaching the right hands out in front, tucking the toes, and slowly lifting the hips up behind. Let the head and neck relax here, and slowly pedal out your feet. All right, good. You can drop your hips side to side. When you're ready, you can take a three-legged dog, reaching one right leg up high behind, right or left, doesn't matter. And then lower that foot down. Do the same thing other side, lifting that other leg up high behind, and lowering it down. When you're ready, come forward into a plank. Hold here in your plank. And slowly lower down. Hands right here in front of the chest. Inhale, lift your head and neck. Stop all that. And then exhale, lower your head down. And when you're ready, go ahead and press up into down dog. What would down dog be if your dog didn't try and steal a few kisses? You can shake your head, yes and no. This time, reach the right leg up high behind and step the right foot forward and lower the left knee down. We're here in a low lunge. We're going to inhale and reach the hands overhead. Gently press the hips forward and down. Exhale, hands touch in front of the heart. If you have a couple of yoga blocks, you might want to go ahead and grab those really quick. Move into a little bit of a dynamic stretch. So as we're here with the right foot forward and the left knee down, the main targeted stretch is going to be this left hip flexor. And we're not just dumping all the way forward, we're keeping the core engaged and just mindfully, maybe just inching that right foot forward to get a little bit of a wider stance. We're mindfully, gently setting the hips and the pelvis forward and down, and then we're gently pressing back up. You can do this the whole while with your hands at heart center or with fingertips on blocks. And then we're going to make our way into this half split pose, starting to stretch the right leg out in front, keeping the right leg straight, but not hyperextended. So you can see I've got a little bit of a bend in the knee there. I'm going to inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, start to hinge from the hips and fold. Now inhale, lift up, lengthen through the spine, shoulder blades together, and exhale, hinge from the hips and fold. We'll do that one more time, then we'll put the two together. Inhale. And exhale. Here comes the dynamic aspect. We're going to inhale and plant the right foot, coming into that low lunge. And then exhale, straightening that front leg, targeting the hamstring on the right leg. We'll do that again. Inhale, coming up, low lunge. And exhale, straighten front leg. Hold here a moment. One more time. Inhaling, low lunge. And exhaling back for that half split. So when you're ready, you can go ahead and bring both hands now to the inside edge of this right leg. We're going to move this right foot out to the side. We're going to pick up the back knee and just kind of tiptoe, inch that left foot back. You can stay right here with the left leg extended if you wish, or you can set that left knee back down. We're now moving into our lizard pose, which is a great big inner hip stretch. You're going to feel this in the groin and the hip flexor. You might like to have your hands up on blocks. If you're feeling very comfortable and at ease here, you could potentially lower your forearms down on blocks, or maybe your forearms rest comfortably on your mat. We want to make sure that this right leg is just very gently opening out to the right side and not collapsing inward. We're going to be here for about 3 to 4 more breaths. So go ahead and savor this nice big hip flexor and groin stretch. When you're ready, start to walk that right foot back to center. Let the hands frame the front foot, and we're going to step right back into downward facing dog. Gently pedal out the feet, and then when you're ready, you can lift the left leg up high behind and step the left foot up in between the hands. Slowly lower that right knee down. So we're going to make our way into our low lunge now on this side. Pay attention to that right hip flexor that we're stretching now. Be careful not to just dump the body weight forward and down, but with the core engagement. Mindfully bend that front leg and just very slowly ease the pelvis forward. And then just gently press back up. Big breath in, hold. Exhale, increase the bend in the front leg, hold. Again, big breath in. And big breath out. This time, go ahead and start to straighten that front leg. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Moving into this half split. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Slowly start to lower the torso. Chest towards knee. Probably won't touch. That's okay. And then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Do that. Let's go ahead and do that 2 more times. For this next one, we'll put the 2 together for our dynamic movement. So now inhaling up into that low lunge. And exhale, hinge from the hips and fold. Inhale up. And exhale, fold, half split. 1 more time. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Inhale up, hands plant on the inside edge of this left foot. Front foot walking out to the side. Pick up the back knee. Move the right foot back. Option 1, stay right here. Option 2, you can lower that right knee down. Forearms to blocks or the floor. Hands to blocks or the floor, your choice. Keep that left knee tracking to the outside edge of the foot. Firmly plant the left foot down and lift the chest. And when you're ready, you can slowly start to walk that left foot back in, frame the front foot with the hands, and we're going to step our back foot up and come into a standing forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, release down. Inhale, roll the spine all the way back to standing. Head and shoulders come up last, followed by the hands. And exhale, hands touch in front of the chest. Great job. Grab a little drink of water if you need to. We'll move into one balancing pose. And then we'll get back down for a couple more hip stretches. All right, so we're going to move into a standing figure 4 stretch. You might like to use the help of the wall for this. So we'll start by just lifting our right knee up, crossing this right ankle over top of the knee, and then just slowly sinking back to have a seat. So you could use the wall here. In fact, I'll turn around really quick just so you can see how you might use the wall, fingertips on the wall. And this allows you to sit back a little bit deeper, get more of a hip stretch without worrying about the balance as much. Slowly return to stand and go ahead and just gently shake it out. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. This time firmly plant that right foot into the floor. Lift your left knee up. Cross that ankle over the knee and slowly sit it back down. The further you sink your hips back, the more of a stretch you're going to receive here. When you're ready, slowly straighten the right leg, lift left knee, place the foot down, and shake it out. Let's just take a few big hip circles here, feet wide. Go ahead and circle through the hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Same thing other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. We're going to come back down onto our backs. And when you get down there, we're going to set up for a happy baby stretch. So you can hug the knees back in towards the chest. You can reach on the insides of both legs, maybe grabbing the big toe with your index and middle finger and thumb. And you can stay right here, or you can start to press the heels up towards the ceiling, simultaneously lowering the knees down towards the outside edge of the shoulders. You want to try and keep the tailbone rooted towards the floor. So if you feel that the lower back is picking up a lot, maybe let go of the feet and just wrap around the backs of the legs and just start to pull the knees towards the shoulders that way. If you want to mix things up and find a little variation or additional stretches, you can start to straighten the legs, driving the heels out to the side while maintaining that connection of lower back, the sacral spine, and the floor. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, you can bring the knees back together, give them a nice big squeeze, and we'll go ahead and close our practice with a restorative hip opener. We'll move into this restorative bound angle pose, soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, and I highly encourage, if you have something that you can place under the knees, assuming the knees aren't resting comfortably on the floor, this is actually going to allow you to get the full benefit of the stretch so that your muscles aren't actually tightening to keep your knees in the air. So find some blocks, pillows, rolled up blankets, and place them underneath the knees. You can place your hands wherever they are comfortable. And then just go ahead and start to make any little last minute adjustments you need to, so you can just receive the full benefit of this restorative hip opener. Just giving your body time to process the different movements we've explored here. You can go ahead and close your eyes. Take a few of those mindful breaths with that little pause at the peak of the inhalation. And at the uttermost emptiness of the exhalation. As you breathe in, feel the breath originate deep in the diaphragm, expanding the lower belly, pushing out the ribs, lifting the chest, exhaling in those three parts as well. Feel your body comfortably anchored to the floor. Feel every one of your joints and bones relaxing. Feel the muscles in the face relaxed, soft. Allow yourself to feel secure and safe in the space you created and practiced in tonight. And when you're ready, allow yourself to take up as much space as possible on the floor, straightening your legs, straightening your arms wide to the side, gently tilting the chin up away from the chest. Feel that expansion as you inhale and expand through fingers and toes. And as you exhale, just slowly start to curl everything back in one last time into a tight little ball like a seed. And then just start to very slowly, gently rock just a couple vertebrae at a time, gradually rocking more and more, all the way back up to a comfortable seated position. Slowly find that comfortable seat where you'd like to close our practice together today. Let the shoulders relax back and down. One last time, inhale and sweep the hands up and overhead. And exhale, draw the hands down through the center line. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shalom. Peace, peace, peace go with you. We'll close our practice and greet each other with Namaste. Greetings and Namaste.